17 of the Soggy Kookaburra podcast. My name is Kathy. I'm coming to you from a small town in North Wales where I live with my husband, our teenage son and our 3 cats, Pickle, Puka and Pumpkin, who you will not see because I have locked them out of the room because I have a huge yarn haul to share with you and they just love yarn. Anyway, if this is your first time joining me, welcome aboard the crafty train. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining us again. So today is Sunday, the 22nd of September. As I said in my last episode, it was going to be a bit of a delayed episode because I have been to the States on vacation. And let me tell you, I went absolutely nuts in terms of buying yarn and patterns and starting new projects, and it was absolutely fabulous. So I have got so much to share with you this episode. So to start off, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's the Soggy Kookaburra, and I quite regularly post pictures of my knitting, my crochet, my craft, as well as various meals because I am, I love cooking. I don't know that I'm necessarily very good at it, but I love cooking, and also lots of pictures of my cats. So, shall we start? It's going to be a big episode. I bought so much yarn while I was away that I'm actually going to break it up into 2 because otherwise this episode would just get ridiculously long. So next month's episode will have the remaining part of the haul to show you. But don't you worry, there is plenty to go around. So let's get started. I've got my coffee. It's a perfect day today for podcasting. It is gloomy, raining, not cold, but just, autumn, very autumn. So perfect day. Yesterday was sunny and beautiful, so I'm really pleased that I'm recording today because I have no desire to be out there in the weather. Lots and lots of bits and pieces to show you. So first up, finished objects. So the first project that I finished that I can't show you because I've given it to its recipient was that pair of grey socks. What I will do is pop a picture somewhere up there of the completed ones. You've seen them over the last few months every time I record because they were the longest the socks took the longest to knit. And I don't really know why, except that the colours were a bit dull for me. But for whatever reason, although they weren't particularly large socks, they did seem to take forever to get completed. But they're done now. They've been received by the recipient and I think he liked them. He didn't say he didn't anyway, so I'll go with that. So yeah, that they're done now, which is great. Off the needles, moving on. The second finished project that I have, more socks. These super cute purple, they're the Rose City roller socks. And they are teeny tiny, which is why they fit on my sock blockers really well. They're just a size 4.5 UK, which is literally almost half the size of my foot. But they are for one of my pen pals who lives in South Australia, but she grew up in Cheshire, which is the next county over from me. And she expressed an interest in some socks. And I thought, well, being in Australia, it's going to be warm for a lot of the year. So shorty socks, good plan. So this is Deborah Norville yarn. I don't have the tag, I don't think. No, I don't have the tag anymore. I actually finished these on the plane on the flight over to the US. So really, really happy with them. They're such a breeze to knit. I really recommend this pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry and it is just, they're so quick to knit. So these are going to be Christmas present. Of course, it's that time of year where we start thinking about making Christmas presents. And yeah, this is sort of the first to go in my Christmas present box. And as I say, these are for one of my pen pals who lives in South Australia. It's a lovely yarn. Like all the Serenity yarns, it does have bamboo in it, which makes it lovely and smooth to work with. And you know what? I just love this colour. I've got enough actually that I think I'm going to use the leftovers for, I could probably make another pair of small socks, but I think actually I will use them for contrasting toes and heels because I have a lot of sock yarn that has purple as one of the colours in it. So I'll definitely find a use for it at any rate. So yeah, second finished project, which really quite pleased with. They're the 2 finished projects. I don't think I've got any others that I've actually finished. Not knitting anyway, but I did do some other crafting. While I was in the States, I went to a fantastic ceramics store run by a lovely lady, Jen. It's called Jack's Ceramics, I think. I'll put a link to their website or their Facebook page down here. Anyway, so I did some ceramic painting, which I've never done before, but I'd have to tell you, it was so much fun. It was the most enjoyable 2 or 3 hours I think I've spent in ages. So I made this, which is just a little ceramic cat bowl. Isn't it cute? And I made this for my husband, something I brought back from the States for him. And it's ever so sweet, and he uses it to put his keys in. And I just really liked it. I like the colour, and yeah, there's nothing about it I don't like. So, and it made the trip back in my very stuffed full suitcase. I was a little concerned about, I literally had to sit on my suitcase to zip it up. So when I went over there, my suitcase was literally like not even half full, and it weighed about 7 kilos. I had a 23 kilogram limit on my luggage, on my checked luggage. So 7 kilos on the way over. On the way back, 22.8 kilograms. And let me tell you, the vast majority of that was yarn. Oh yeah. I am so pleased that I saved up because, yeah, I needed to, definitely. So I won't need to buy yarn for an awful long time now. Not that that will stop me, I'm sure you can agree. Anyway, back to the ceramics. Really pleased with that. It's ever so sweet. So yes, really, really happy with that. The other thing I made, I'm actually using it as its intended purpose at the moment, but I can show you. I did this one. It's a yarn bowl. My happy yarn bowl. Isn't that cool? Really, really pleased with that. I have a yarn bowl that my dear friend Emma actually painted for me, and I've been using that a lot. And so when I saw this as one of the options for painting ceramics, I thought, well, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? It is a very different design to the one that I already have, and of course the colours are completely different. But I am really, really pleased with how this came out. It was my first sort of real attempt at doing different colours on ceramics. So I really enjoyed that. Very, very reasonably priced, and I highly recommend if you are anywhere in that region, and I'm going to say it's in New Jersey, and I'm pretty sure it is. I do recommend popping along. Jen is she's such a lovely person and makes the whole experience really, really enjoyable. So there you go, another finished project. Not knitting at all, but knitting related. And as for what I've got going on in here, wow, something a bit different. One of the many things that I bought while I was abroad, we went to, oh my gosh, actually, I think I lost count. I genuinely lost count of how many little independent yarn stores we went to. We just did the Google Maps thing and just went to as many as possible. We went on a road trip up to Salem in Massachusetts and went through Connecticut and PA and obviously New Jersey, New York City, blah, blah, blah. Literally went to as many yarn shops as possible. Anyway, this particular project came in a little bag. I bought it from Twist Knitting and Spinning. There's the details. I don't know how clear that is. Again, if they've got a website, which they do, I'll put the link for the website down here somewhere. Anyway, so it was a lovely shop. And anywho, they had a little kit. It came in a little baggie with 3 mini skeins of yarn from the old Alpaca Yarn Company, and it was called the Forget Not Mitt Kit, and the colorway of this particular yarn is Poison Apple, and it is a pair of mittens, colorwork mittens. Now, I've never done colourwork before. I've always thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be super hard, really complicated. But when I saw this kit, it was very reasonably priced. I think it was about $22. I thought, you know what? Everything's in there. The pattern's in there. It says intermediate. I could probably class myself as an intermediate. The only thing it didn't have was the needles, but I already had 9-inch circular needles, of course. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. And I've got to say that the argyle, and it's not terribly clear on this picture, but I finished one of the mitts. Now, I did make these quite small, but you can see the argyle pattern is so, so pretty. Now, it does fit me, but it is a bit of a tight squeeze. I actually made these for one of my friend's mums for Christmas. So you can see it does fit, but it is a little tight for me. So if I was going to make another one, and I think I will because I've got some lovely yarns that this would work well with, I think I'm going to make them the next size up for myself. But my friend's mum has very, very small hands and very small feet as well, but I've already made her socks, so small hands, and I think that, yeah, it's really, really pretty. As I say, it is just stranded work. It's not especially complicated. It's a nice quick project. It's the same reason I like socks, and you can see on the, I'm going to turn it inside out so you can see the stranded bits on the inside. Because the pattern is so constant, I don't have to worry about big long floats or catching them up, because I'm still not sure how to do that. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. So I finished one, and I finished that actually while I was still in the US, because it's so nice to be on holiday and not have all the demands of all the stuff that goes on day to day, so work and home life and housework and all the dull stuff really. And of course, being on holidays, I could dedicate more time to my knitting. No hardship, I tell you. So that's one complete. And this one is, oh, I'm just losing stitch markers now. This one is, I've just gotten past the cuff and I'm starting the thumb increases, not toe increases, thumb increases. Oops, sorry, it's a bit stringy. And these are the two yarns. So it's called Poison Apple is the colourway, and they're lovely yarns actually. I just love the colours. I really, really do. And that's what actually attracted me first up. I thought originally, oh, well, if I can't do the mitts, I'll make socks out of them. They are, oh, does it say what type of yarn it is? No, I presume it's got alpaca in it just based on the company name, but it's a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. Aren't they lovely? Just Poison Apple, which really like just ties into my love of like fairy tales, particularly the villains in fairy tales. I really enjoy that. So that's the yarn, and it's ever so nice, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's coming out. And like I said, I'm particularly pleased with this Argyle pattern, and I am definitely going to use the pattern again and use different coloured yarns and make another pair, a bigger pair, probably for myself. I was also thinking, because the pattern is so straightforward and would be very easy to lengthen, so literally just like doing, because it's on a graph, adding the graph along, I thought it'd be really nice for socks. But one thing I have noticed, that obviously knitting with colour work, it's not anything like as stretchy as socks usually are. So I might have to have a bit of a think on that. I would really love to do something in Argyle for socks, because I just think it's so classic. It's just super, super classic, isn't it? And it does just make me happy. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of myself, actually. Ridiculous but true. Very proud of myself for doing something a bit different. So that's one of the projects I'm working on, and as I say, that is living currently in my beautiful rainbow yarn bowl, which I'm going to pop up here. It's a bit safer up there. So yeah, that's one project. Excuse the crinkles. Right, a bit more coffee. Oh, before I go any further and before I forget, Tina Gallagher, who won the giveaway last month's podcast, I've not heard from you, so please, please, please get in touch with me. I'll give it until next podcast, and if I still haven't heard from you, I have tried messaging you and whatnot, but if I still haven't heard from you, then I will redraw. We'll just run that competition again. The runner-up, she's had her yarn, she's happy, which is great, but yeah, Tina still hasn't gotten in contact with me, so yeah, I'll give it till next month, and if I still haven't heard from you, then I will have to redraw. And yeah, we'll do the giveaway again. So moving on, next project that I'm working on. Now, I took this one with me, and I'll be honest, to the States, and I'll be honest, I didn't do any of it. But I think since the last time I showed it to you, I have done a little more. So this is my Slytherin Scarf. Look, I actually bought, it's curling up a bit there. I think I need to put tassels on it. I actually bought a Slytherin sweater from Primark, just literally to go with this. I just thought, yeah, I am such a geek. It's just the way I am. I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. It is not a complicated knit at all. It is literally just stockinette. But it's nice mindless knitting. It's going to probably take a while for this to get done, simply because it's not super exciting and I have so much yarn now that I have so many projects buzzing around in my head that I want to crack on with. This was the Aldi kit, if you recall, £3.99 for the kit. I got a matching beanie as well. No, I haven't started that one though. And it came with everything you need. So that's happening. That is probably just going to go put somewhere where I can just pick it up if I need a simple project that doesn't require much in the way of brain. And because it's a bit bigger than socks, that is in this cool little bag. It's great, isn't it? The stash struggle is real. Pretty sure I got this from my friend Emma, who understands all too well the struggle of stash. Not that there's any real struggle. The only struggle is going to be I have to buy another plastic tub for my new stash. That's not really a hardship either. So, another work in progress. Now this one's a bit, I'm not sure how I feel about this one, if I'm totally honest. So I'm just tidying up as I go along. Stick that in there. Right, yeah, so I had this thought that I'd quite like to make a rainbow striped beanie, but like an elf hat, so it sort of went to a point and then the tail was long enough to go as a scarf. So I've seen some examples of it online. I didn't bother looking for a pattern because I thought, yeah, I don't need a pattern. And then when I was away, I bought this fabulous yarn. It's 100% acrylic, so it's nothing fancy, but I just love the colour. I love the fact that it's marled with white all the way through. It wasn't particularly expensive. It was a 200 gram ball and it was $10. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? And I bought this in a state where there was no tax on yarn as well, which was absolutely fabulous. That was in, oh, I can't think where it was. Massachusetts, probably. Anyway, yeah, so I bought this fabulous yarn and I thought, bingo, I know what I'm going to do with that. So I started knitting. So far so good. Beanie, 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 beanie. Really big beanie because it's a bit of a slouchy hat beanie. That's what I based it on. And then the long scarf. So my thinking for this is, I'm going to try it on. Forgive the tails everywhere. So my logic for this really is that, yarn. I kind of wanted it to be long enough that you could like wrap it around your neck a few times as a scarf. But I have this horrible suspicion, like you can see I've got the brim bent, turning it up. If I undo that, it's like really slouchy and maybe a little bit too slouchy. I was thinking of making it for my brother Sam. See, how cool is that? But I just have this horrible suspicion that it's going to be too big. I'm not sure. I kind of just want to get to the end of it now and see. I might give him the option of either having this one or I've got some other rainbow striped yarn that I bought that I'll probably show you in the next episode. And maybe I could do it but make the hat less slouchy. So this is DK weight, which means I'm using a 4.5mm needle as opposed to my normal 1.5 or 2mm needles. So it's lovely and soft actually, to be fair. And I love the colours. And I love the way they fade. And I really love the scarf. I just feel like maybe the actual hat bit is, like, I mean, it's pretty enormous. Like, it's huge. It would fit maybe a bigger head or somebody who's got a lot of hair. So my brother used to have dreadlocks. It would have been perfect for that. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to finish it and then give him the choice of either this one or I might make one that's slightly more fitted. So maybe the hat bit is like less big and then it more dramatically slopes down to the tail. So yeah, I'm just not sure. What do you think? Do you I mean, it is big, but then it's a beanie for winter, isn't it? So it's all this. That's what worries me. I'm not sure. You know, it's going to be really cool no matter what, but I do just wonder whether perhaps it's... What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I really do want your opinion on this. Is this too big? Like, obviously it's got another metre to go on the tail, so it'll be a proper scarf that you can wrap around your neck. But do you think it's too slouchy on top? Don't know. Let me know what you think. I really do want to know. Just say something in the comments. But anyway, it's tremendous fun to knit. It's literally just knit in the round. I'm just onto little circulars now. It's tremendous fun. The colours make me very happy. And if Sam doesn't want it, my brother, I might keep it myself. Or possibly give it to my husband, because it's the sort of thing that he would very kindly wear. Oh gosh, now my hair's all foofy. Yeah, so there you go. They're my works in progress. Oh, coffee good. So I did tell you that I had a lot to share with you, and that's before we even get to the yarn haul. So that's all my works in progress. That's all my finished objects. Yep. You probably can't see. I'm going to just... Those 2 bags, they're for next episode. So I'm not even going to show. I will put a picture, I think. I do take a picture of all of my yarn that I bought on the bed here. I took a picture of it. I'll put a picture up here to show you just how much I bought. Like I said, you know what? There are worse things to buy. And as I said, a lot of it was independent yarn stores, which I feel really good about because I like to support local businesses, particularly in the knitting and fibre arts industries. I think that's really important, as well as the big box stores, because I like a big box store too. Right, shall I show you some of my goodies? Okay, I'm going to start off with this amazing Clun Forest yarn. So I don't know whether you remember, but last week I mentioned that my dear friend Emma has her own indie dyeing company. She's just starting out, but one of the things that she really focuses on is sustainability. So cruelty-free, sustainable wool. She, at the moment, is focusing on heritage breeds, and this is Clun Forest yarn from the Clun Forest sheep, which are based down in Shropshire. That's where they come from, which is like another county just south of me. Anyway, this is called Sunset over Ironbridge, and I absolutely love it. I actually bought it as a gift for someone who shall remain nameless. It's lovely, hand spun looking. It's obviously hand dyed. It's covered in cat fur. Everything in my house is covered in cat fur. But you can see it's kind of like that thick, thin yarn, that spun look. I love that hand spun look. And I really like the colours. So this is like 50 grams because it says it's a sport weight. I would actually say it's more DK, but it does have the slightly thinner things. I think this would be amazing for something really rustic. It's a little bit, not scratchy, but it's not super, super soft. So I think it would be really, really good for like outerwear. And it's just so unusual. It's very much one of a kind, as all indie dyers, they always have one of a kind, don't they? So this is a Christmas gift and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I will put, again, the web address for Euphoria, which is the name of Emma's yarn dyeing company, down here. I highly recommend them. Excellent customer service. So yeah, really, really chuffed with that. Really, really pleased. So that one is Sunset at Ironbridge. And the other nice thing is all the yarn names, or the colourway names, sorry, are named after either local landmarks or places down in the Shropshire region, mostly that Emma has actually been to. I was with her when we went to Ironbridge. So there's that. And also from Emma's wonderful yarn dyeing company, this one was just a bit of a treat for me. Isn't that great? I just love it. I can't remember the name of the colourway. Rowan Rainbow, maybe? I'll put it down there, or somewhere. I'll write it on the screen. It's funky. It's really funky. And again, I just love this really homespun look. Absolutely love that. No idea what this is going to grow up to be. It is 25 grams, I think, or thereabouts, maybe 30 grams. DK weight, even though it does say sports weight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something, and it's going to be awesome. So yes, very, very nice. Very happy with that. Also from Emma, she was doing a bit of a de-stash, I am always a willing recipient of D-stash, as you know. So she very kindly gave me some yarn. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Isn't this beautiful? So this is sock yarn, obviously. It's colour 17203. Let's have a look. It is 50% wool, superwash wool, 25% polyamide and 25% bamboo. It's fingering weight, of course, because it's sock yarn. And the brand is Bamboo Raggy. How cool are those colours? To me, that is just sunset, particularly like autumn subset. So it's a little bit sunsetty, it's a little bit Halloweeny. And I love Halloween. Absolutely love that. So that is going to be a pair of socks, no doubt about it. It's nice. And that's soft too. And then I'm going to need your advice. Emma also gave me some of these. So she gave me 2 of each colour. That's a pink one, purple one, and a blue one. I've got 2 of each, and they are Premier yarns, 100% acrylic. They are medium weight, which I think is a DK weight for British viewers. And they're really pretty. I need your advice though. I have literally got no idea what to make with these. So I've got, they are 140 grams, 245 yards, each cake. I've got 2 of each. Have you made anything with yarn cakes? Spam me with some pictures, some inspiration. Knitting or crochet, I don't mind. But yeah, I really like these. They're just, do you know what? They're my colours, aren't they? The purple, the pink, the blue. Really lovely. And so soft and squishy. So yeah, please spam me with some ideas. I do need some ideas. So they are my gifts. I'm just popping them all back in the bag because otherwise I'm going to get terribly confused. So they were all from Emma, which is very kind of her. And then we went to various yarn stores. So I'm just going to I can't remember what order we went to. I'm not even sure I've managed to keep them all separate, if I'm perfectly honest. So this one I know. See, I was very clever. And when I got the ball of yarn, I put the business card in with it. So most of them I know where they came from. This place called Charlotte's Web, and the lady owner, Charlotte, was very nice. And I got this really interesting, it's Queensland yarn. So it's from my home country, Australia, and it's called Perth, which is of course where my husband is from originally. How cool is that? Love it, love it, love it, love it. So it is 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon, 100 grams. It's sock yarn. It's called Rainbow Wreath. Isn't that cool? Really like that. So yeah, it's really funny. I've never seen this brand anywhere but in the US. I've never seen it over here. Any Australian viewers? Do you have it over there? It would be ironic if you didn't. So yeah, Queensland collection, Perth, and it's an Australian superwash wool blend. Isn't that cool? So yeah, that was from Charlotte's Web. Again, I'm not going to keep saying it, but I will put the website down here somewhere. So that's cool. And then I went to the wonderful Rose of Pearl. Now check these guys out on Facebook because there's their details. What an amazing, amazing people they are. They're just amazing people. They're so lovely, so friendly. This is sort of Emma's local yarn shop, I think. And honestly, it's like an emporium of wonders. Truly, they've just got so much stuff. Really, really lovely people as well. So when I was there, I was thinking, well, I want to get something for Stu. Stu said he didn't want anything back from the US. So I thought I'd better get him something to make socks out of because he does want some more socks. Now the box got absolutely crunched when I was stuffing it into my suitcase. It's unique sock yarn. It's this is what it's going to knit up like. How cool are they? So the idea is that it's hand-dyed, self-striping, matching sock kit. So the idea is that I've got approximately 50 grams of the yarn pre-wound, which is good because I don't have a Swift yet, pre-wound into 2 matching balls. And so I can literally guarantee that these socks are going to be identical, which I think, I'll just stick them back in the box. I think considering the quite fun striping pattern on it is actually quite important. Usually I like to match them, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. These ones I feel like it's really important that they match. So yeah, these are going to be for Stuart. This is unique yarn. Their hashtag is knit1plant1. So I'm going to share a picture of your socks finished or in progress using the hashtag above, and we will plant an additional tree for every post. So this is in partnership with Trees for the Future. Each pair of socks plants a tree. It's 75% extra fine superwash merino, 25% nylon sock weight. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. Then I'm going to start them next on my needles, because Christmas is coming. That might be Stu's Christmas present, I think. New socks. Luckily he likes it. Okay, where did I go to next? Oh, went to Salem. What a fab place. Bit weird. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's very touristy, but lots of fun. I was expecting it to be a little more somber, considering, you know, they're all about the Salem witch trials, which, let's be honest, were pretty freaking horrible. You know, they basically tortured and murdered a bunch of innocent people. But they, you know, Salem celebrates that. And yeah, so that was kind of interesting. But we went to the yarn store, which was amazing, called Circle of Stitches, which is great. There's the details. I don't know how clearly you can see that. Like I said, there was so much to choose from there. So much. But because we were on a road trip and I just, you know, we're only halfway through our trip. So I've always wanted to try a pair of Regia Perfect socks, and I thought they were kind of cool, and they were on sale, which is even better. So they look kind of interesting. It is Cheesecake 07117 is the colour number, and it's 4-ply. It doesn't say what is in it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 75-25. Yeah, 75 virgin wool, 25 polyamide. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I've not ever knit, I don't think, a perfect, although I have used Regia before. So that will be interesting. I'm interested to try that. And it's got a pattern on the inside of the ball band, which I'm going to try as well. I also got Bamboo Pop Sock. And I'll be honest, I think I got this there, but I could be wrong because it's just like rolling around in my suitcase without a business card tucked into it. So it is, I mean, you can see that's how it's going to work up. It's very pretty. It is made in Turkey. 100 grams, 55% bamboo, 37% cotton, and 8% PBT, which I think is polyamide. Isn't that beautiful? It's like an ice cream. I love it. I think, again, these would be quite good for hotter climates because they're bamboo and cotton. They're maybe not so warm. So, yeah, I'm really, like, again, not sure. These are all going to be socks, let's be honest. The vast majority of what I bought was sock yarn. They're going to be socks, but you can never have too many socks, I think. Isn't that beautiful anyway? So that's bamboo sock. Bamboo pop sock. I'm trying to have a look under the price tag and see if I can find what brand it is. Universal Yarn, apparently. So yeah, ever so nice. Okay, what else? Oh, okay. So, the Yarn Attic. This is another great store. It's a little bit out of the way. It's in New Jersey. But a lovely store, lovely people. I was dying of thirst and they gave me a bottle of water for free, which was very kind of them. I suppose not that free because I bought 2 hanks of yarn. Both rainbowy. So this is Heritage, Cascade Heritage hand painted rainbow mix. It's so beautiful. Just love it. It is so soft. Can't really see what. 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Pretty standard, but I love the colours. I've no idea how this will knit up. It's always really hard to tell, isn't it, when it's in a hank. I also bought a lot of hanks. Now, you don't get as many hanks over here as you do in the US. Almost everything seems to be in hanks like this, or skeins, whatever you call them. I'm going to order, after payday, I'm going to order a Swift, like a ball winder. The other one I got, following on from that with the rainbow theme. This is merino sock, hand dyed, made in Turkey. It's lovely, isn't it? Lots of rainbow colours. And these are Knit One, Plant One. It's the same company as before, as Unique. Well, it is Unique Yarns, that's who it is. I just really like it. I might do I keep saying I might do a shawl. I don't actually wear shawls, so it's difficult for me to get enthusiastic about making them, but it's very nice. And I think I'm just going to do one more because we're already over half an hour. And you know what? It's fine. It can go on next month. This one came from A Stitch in Time. Oh, sorry. That's me not paying attention to where the camera is. A Stitch in Time. Again, lovely people. That's in Connecticut. And this is something a bit different. It's not sock yarn for starters, but what it is the softest cotton yarn I have ever come across. It was on sale, which is amazing. It was 50% off. It's made in Peru. Let's have a look. It's 100% hand-painted Peruvian cotton. And honestly, it is, and the colour is 9838. It's so soft. Like cotton, I'm kind of thinking like dishcloths and stuff like that. And it can be quite coarse. This is super soft. I'm not sure. I've only got 3 hanks. That was literally all they had. I cleared them out of this colour because it's a lovely colour. Let's see. It's 100 grams per skein. It's about DK weight, I would say. Maybe Aran weight. Isn't that lovely? But I don't know what that's going to grow up to be. Either way, I'm very happy. So lots and lots of yarn. So I'm going to have to buy another box to keep my yarn in. I do not need to buy any more yarn for a significant period of time. But it honestly has just inspired me. I want to try so many different things now. And literally, this is not even half of what I bought, but it's enough for today, I think. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed buying it. I enjoyed sharing it with you. As I say, we'll do the rest of the stash next episode. Gosh, I know it's a longer than usual episode because my coffee's going cold. So I hope that you have a wonderful month. I will hope to get back on to schedule my normal programming, as it were, early in October for the next podcast. I don't anticipate that I'll have done a lot of knitting, but there's always yarn stash to show you. So have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. And Tina, if you're watching this, please get in contact with me, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.